Hello, my majestic little viewer, Liminalist here, and we will be talking about consoles, specifically said consoles' controllers. You can't really own a console without the controller, and the controller contributes so much to the game that you're currently playing. So why not talk about them in this video? This will primarily be a mix of, infamy and personal opinions and picks of mine. Because I have been collecting gaming consoles for years now, and I think I know my stuff. So without further ado, let's get into it. So first we'll start with one of the most infamous examples, the Nintendo 64. Even if you've never touched nor seen this console in your life, you can automatically tell just by the picture I'm about to show you. This is the controller itself. Right off the bat, you can see so much wrong with it. Why is there a third handle? Why is there only one stick in the middle? You think this is bad enough? Wait until you see the back of the controller. Dear God. Oh my gosh. This looks worse than I remember. And I have this literally in my bedroom right now. Why is the trigger button literally in the back right here? And why does the body look like it's about to give me a hug? Why does it look like it has early CGI? But I mean, for the record, this came around the time CGI got really popular. And what I'm about to say, I don't know if this is just a personal thing of mine, but I have 3 N64 controllers, and out of all of them, 2 out of 3 of them have stick drift. I don't know if this is a problem amongst many other N64 owners or what. You can tell me in the comments. You see this little trigger back here that I had a problem with? Well, it's kind of weird, I'm going to be honest. It is literally called the Z. And another problem is, how are you supposed to hold this? I'm not even kidding. I don't know how to hold this thing. Do I hold it like a Wii nunchuck? Now that I think of it, it does kind of look like a Wii nunchuck. Or do I grip the side? Whoa, that sounded crazy. Don't take that out of context. I might also talk about the weirdest controllers because, oh boy, there is a lot. And I'm not talking about those super niche ones that some Chris Chan figure built in his home. Watch Mojo. What is this? This is literally the equivalent of those fake soccer thumbnails or football, whatever you like to call it, I don't care. So overall, I will be talking about the more popular controllers like the N64, for example, like I just talked about. It looks like the stick is about to break off at any time. It's kind of weird. Well, that's basically all the slandering I have about the N64 controller. So let's move on to a less popular opinion of mine, the GameCube. At first, the controller may seem normal, but the more you look at it and experience it, the weirder it is. Why are most of these buttons a different size again? Why is the C joystick so small? Now, I don't know if it's because I'm large, but why is the C joystick so small? Now, this next example I'm about to pull up, if you've touched a controller before, GameCube related, you definitely know what I'm about to point out next. The trigger keys. I'm talking about the ones in the corner above the Y. These babies sink in. It's a literal sinkhole. I'm not even kidding. You can genuinely dig a hole to the bottom of the Earth's core before you can reach the bottom with the trigger. If I was just going by the triggers in controllers, there would be so many more entries on this list. For example, the PlayStation 1. This does not get enough hate. These babies, they are the opposite of the GameCube. They don't sink. They just barely go. They don't do nothing. Does this mean that it's a bad controller and it deserves to be on here? No, not at all, because overall I'm going on many different attributes to it, and the GameCube deserves to be on here because how deformed it looks. Definitely not the PS1, or basically any PlayStation controller. Wait a minute. Okay, I'm kind of rage baiting with this one because it's not the original controller. In fact, this controller's pretty good. You know what I'm mainly talking about? The concepts. Yeah, if you're aware of what I'm about to talk about, you probably just instantly frowned. But if you haven't, boom. This Basketball Glory right here, wink wink. Now, you might be wondering, what is this? Well, I'm about to tell you. So whenever the PS3 was being made, they had some concepts for controllers, and I guess one person said, hey, what about this thing called the Boomerang? And then they just made probably one of the least attractive console controllers ever, so I'm glad they sided with the original. Like, look how bad this controller is. Why are the trigger buttons so close? Why do the joysticks look like they're deformed? It's like, what? Whose idea was this? Fire them! It's so bad you made me voice crack. I don't know where this is, but it looks like some sort of museum, and it does say conceptual design. Keep this a concept. Like, if someone or some company even considers using this for their console, I'm staying 100 yards away. Now, there's not really that much to say because it's a concept after all, but like, come on, please, no. Now, I feel like I've been slandering PlayStations and, Nintendo mainly way too much. Xbox, you're not safe. So back in the early 2000s, whenever the first Xboxes were being made, they were infamous for being like chonky boys. Like, the console as a whole, it's literally the biggest console I have in my collection. You know what else they decided to make chonky? The controller. This is what it looks like. Why does its legs look like something that would come out of a fanfic? Who's writing Xbox fanfics? Now, second of all, I don't think the Xbox symbol in the middle has to be that big. It literally looks like a third eye. And it's funny because this is basically the only Xbox controller that looks like this. Well, I mean, I do have to take some things off because this was their first dive into consoles. But come on, Microsoft. Sony's PlayStation controllers looked completely normal, besides their little, triggers. But yeah, whatever. Alright, so that's just some bad examples of controllers. I still have way more plans to do with controllers. Trust me, I probably have like 2 other videos that I'm planning to release related to controllers, so just wait for that, and yeah, see ya, I guess. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe, I forgot to say that.